Welcome Aquarius to your February 2025 horoscope forecast. On the screen now is your event chart right at the start of the month and always influential. Now Jupiter in astrology is the planet of fortune. In traditional astrology it was known as the greater benefic, but it has been retracing its steps in the part of your chart to do with speculation, to do with fun, to do with romance for the last 4 months. But right at the start of February, it's forging an awesome link to the sun. In astrology, the sun linking to Jupiter in a trine is as good as it gets. So although Jupiter starts this month just marginally in retrograde, it forges that very reassuring alliance, but by the 4th, it's going to go direct. But on the same day, Venus, the planet of relating, moves into a fantastic part of your chart, the 3rd house. Your natural communicational skills can really glow up, therefore, right at the start of this month. But what about the cluster of energy in the sign of Pisces? Because for you, that's house 2. And right at the start of the month, the moon is very close to your traditional ruler of Saturn. Now, Saturn has quite the reputation. And it is true that at the start of this month, whilst the sun's angle to Jupiter can create a sense of hope and positivity, what the moon's conjunction with Saturn is asking you to do is make sure you keep your feet on terra firma, to not get too swept away. But at the other end of the sign of Pisces is Venus initially, before she moves into Aries, and she's forging a quite magical alliance to Neptune, the planet of dreams, but also to the North Node. Now that could prove to be very beneficial for you. So although there is some constraint, perhaps just in terms of how you feel with the moon's combination to Saturn, that energy at the end of the sign of Pisces looks very hopeful. Now once Venus moves on, we're still going to have the conjunction between Neptune and the North Node right through the back of the month of February. Now February is a month that for you, it's obviously an Aquarius month through to the middle of it when the sun moves into the sign of Pisces. It can be a month when you're starting to show people just how talented but also individual you can be. And you do get some extra help and assistance at the start of this month. And no, it's not just Pluto, it's Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of the 2nd decan of the sign of Aquarius, and some astrologers, including myself, feel that Mercury is accidentally exalted in the sign of Aquarius. So at the start of the month, the Sun and Mercury are going to be in a very tight alliance. So it's not just your enthusiasm that's going to be to the fore, it's your ability to think quickly on your feet. You can be a very progressive person, but also you're someone with a great appreciation of tradition. Therefore, there's a duality in your sign. So the fact that the Sun in Aquarius is in a semi-sextile to both the moon but also your traditional ruler Saturn at the very start of this month helps to offset Saturn's more limiting energies to the moon alone. So in other words, if you're dynamic with fresh ideas but your delivery is very thorough, steady and efficient, that can gain plaudits. So there's a lot to like at the start of this month. In fact, by the 9th, the Sun and Mercury come together in what's known as a cazimi. Well, the Sun is at the heart of our whole existence, but Mercury, which is about those fast communications, is given extra radiance and warmth by the power of the Sun, and that can give you more self-confidence to express yourself with conviction and authority. So truly exciting stuff, and we're not even thinking about Pluto, because of course as soon as Venus moves into Aries on the 4th, it's linking back to Pluto in your sign, which returns to Aquarius for its third pass from the 19th of November and will be in Aquarius through to 2043 initially, before going into Pisces and then back into Aquarius, back into Pisces 244. So it's going to be a long old time. But that link between Pluto and Venus that starts to develop from the 4th means that your ability to express yourself with conviction but also charm is going to be turned up to max. Wow, this is sounding really exciting, Aquarius. What's not to like? Well, your modern ruler Uranus has been a mischief maker over the last few years, particularly around home, family and emotional issues, where its disruptive influence has been manifest. And when we have the full moon on the 12th in your opposite sign, it's possible that someone may feel that you're being too single-minded, too focused on whatever it is that you're invested in or excited about, whether it is a project, a new job, perhaps someone who's really taken your fancy. There may be someone around you who's a bit put out by that, but their energy can come in a sudden way and it could be unsettling. Sometimes in life, we have to be very single-minded in order to seize the golden prize. And that's really what starts to develop for you as soon as the 14th, when Mercury makes the transition from Aquarius into Pisces. Technically not its best location, but it is going to forge an alliance with your traditional ruler from the 23rd to the 27th. So if you are working very hard on something that does require flair, passion, enthusiasm, but also for you to go through the steps in a very systematic and reliable way, you can get your reward as the month goes on. Not least from the 18th, Pisces is where the sun moves to then, and you can start to see the foundations of your world get stronger, because over the last couple of years Saturn has tested things, possibly financially, perhaps in terms of your self-worth and personal value. But the sun moving to join up with Mercury, but also Saturn, Neptune and the North Node, suggests that something's coming back to you. It could be a karmic reward for a lot of hard work, a lot of investment, a lot of sacrifice that you've invested over a long period of time can come back to you as this month goes on. Now, your stamina could have been boosted by Mars inverting back into Cancer on the 6th of January, because the 6th house with Mars can actually be very self-sacrificing. Mars in Leo likes attention. I'm here, everybody, I'm here. Jose Mourinho, the football manager, Aquarius, Mars in Leo. However, Mars inverting into the sign of Cancer can be much more focused in a nurturing way, Cancer, on providing support, potentially through food distribution, perhaps through health services, any kind of practical role which helps other people, not through being servile, but assists, provides a service. And Mars has helped you, therefore, in the sign of Cancer to deal with the need for recognition, but understand that it is about giving something to a situation. But Mars's retrograde could also have seen you at times feeling a little weary. Well, the great news is that Mars angles brilliantly to Mercury and goes direct on the 24th. Then that's augmented by the new moon as the month draws to a close. And the only thing to tell you really is it squares up with Jupiter, that planet that we started the story of this month about. But that square gives you a chance to feel quite joyous if something starts to work for you. It's just saying to you, if some good news does come in, try to maintain a degree of equilibrium. Or if you do have some money come in, however tempting it is to splash out, and be very free and easy with your resources. Try to resist that a bit, but for some Aquarius people, the square with that new moon could prove to be profoundly fortunate, either romantically or financially, as long as the expectation and is not beyond the realms of possibility, but also the industry is maximized right through the month. So a very, very positive month to work hard, have self-belief, be single-minded, but also not get too swept away by the conjunction between Neptune and the North Node, but something karmically, after a couple of tough old years financially, can come back to you. If you've yet to watch your year 2025 deep dive video forecast, please see the link beneath this video. Have a great February. Discover your personal natal horoscope for absolutely free, including the big three of the ascendant, sun and the moon, and the houses they're located in, as well as all the other planetary positions, by downloading your chart by clicking the link underneath this video. Or you can take advantage of my special star choice range, where you buy one horoscope and get the second horoscope free. Please see below for more for that too.